The special guest has arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, he has won more America's Cup races than anyone in the history of the sport. The four-time winner of the America's Cup from Auckland, New Zealand, Mr. Russell Coutts. Guys, thank you. The reason we're here, of course, Brad Reed and Sale Newport, and from the governor on down, we're delighted to be here. But the other reason we're here this afternoon is because Russell has been telling us, the team members, the team management, he wants to take the cup to the junior sailors. He wants to help inspire you all to get involved in school and sport at a very high level. And that's, I think, Russell, you have a message or two about how you got involved and what can these kids do if they want to get involved in the America's Cup and become possibly the next Ian Burns or Ferg or one of the guys, or possibly the Russell Coutts.
Well, thanks, Tom. Thanks for coming along today and sharing this day with us. Obviously, when I started off as a junior sailor, I used to look at all the events over here at Newport, and it was a bit of a dream to one day be able to participate in the America's Cup. In fact, obviously I'm from New Zealand, and we didn't even think that we would ever get the chance to compete. But one day the opportunity came along, and we were able to finally fulfill the dream and go out and race. But I think for you guys, obviously one of the most important things, or the most important thing, is that you're really enjoying your sailing. So you should find some type of sailing, whether it's single-handed sailing or racing in a crew boat.
What's your name? Teddy?
Teddy.
Teddy. And what club, what group?
Bristol.
Bristol. Okay, Teddy, what's the question for Russell, please?
How did you get the opportunity to be in the America's Cup?
Well, I raced a lot and trained hard when I was a youth sailor. And my first goal was to win a national championship. And I had to work very hard at that. I was racing quite a lot against another young New Zealander who went on to America's Cup fame, a guy called Chris Dixon. And we had lots of battles as junior sailors. He won most of those actually when I was a young kid. And then after that I wanted to go to the World Youth Championships. That was my next goal. And then the Olympic Games. And when you achieve a goal like winning at the Olympics, then the people involved in America's Cup will tend to take note of that, and you get a chance to perhaps go on an America's Cup yacht. So that's what happened in my case, and was fortunately able to continue on with that.
We've got a lot of questions, and we've only got a couple more minutes before Russell has to get his plane. The lady over here, can you wait? Hang on, ma'am. We want to get the television camera. You don't mind being on TV, do you?
No.
Your name, please?
Grace.
Grace, and what club?
Stanley Port.
You got an interesting voice. Was that you, or you got a fan from Sale Newport? Grace, what's your question, please?
How long is the America's Cup? Like, what distance do you sail?
Well, the last race went back to the old race course that they used to sail more than 100 years ago, and that was at 20 miles upwind, downwind, and then a 12-mile equilateral triangle. And unfortunately, we only had to do 2 races this time. But this next cup will probably have some different courses, and they'll be much shorter. They might be something like 2 miles long, or maybe even less. So it's going to be much shorter and a bit more like the racing that you guys will be doing as junior sailors.
Thank you, Grace. Sir? And your name, please?
Ben.
Ben, what club?
GBSA? GBSA? Yeah. And
GBSA. What's it stand for?
Greenwich Bay Sailing something. Association.
We have a hat for this lady. We have a team-up. She got that tough question. We have a cap for this lady. Remember, okay? What's your question, sir? You better help. You better thank these ladies for helping you out. You were in a jam.
How old were you when you first started sailing?
I was 7 years old. How old are you?
8.
Oh, there you go. How long have you been sailing?
Since I was 2 days old.
Yeah, 2 days old.
How did that happen?
My dad and mom took me on their boat.
They were too poor to afford a babysitter, so they. That's what seriously. That's what happened to me. My parents took me on a boat literally from day one because they just stuck me up under the deck and put me to sleep.
No.
What did happen?
I don't know.
You remember it? Good thing. Thank you. Let me come. Hang on. Let me go over to this lady. She's got an Abercrombie sweatshirt on. Can you come this way, please? Come this way, please. Can you come up? Please. Your name, please.
Maddie?
And from where?
GBSA.
Oh, this GBSA crowd up here.
What was your favorite America's Cup that you participated in?
Well, I mean, they've all been special, but I think this last one was the most satisfying for me. It was definitely the most complicated, and to be challenged is, I think, always a good thing. I mean, the more difficult something is to achieve, the more fun it is as well.
I'm Jonathan McGarris from Herreshoffs, and my question is, how fast does the boat go?
Well, I was just talking about that with Scott Ferguson, but the fastest the boat went was about 48 miles per hour in about 15 or 16 knots of wind, I think. So I think it
48 miles an hour in 15 knots of breeze. Russ, that's more than 3 times the speed of the wind.